514 14 kilo washing machine. Obviously your washing will go in there, and temporarily you're going to be putting washing tablets inside the drum. Alternatively, you can put the soap in here. It's marked at the top. This is for your pre-wash, your main wash, and then this one has two sections. Front is for softener and the back is for bleaching agents, but you're not going to use that here. You have an on-off button here. You switch that on and you will get a menu with 3 options on it. Second. There we go. So the 3 options you've got are programs, favorites, and supervisor. The supervisor settings are for making any changes, which you won't be doing in normal operation. If you do want to do anything in there, in the manual, it does tell you how to get into that menu, because there is a passcode for it. Right. If you go to, so you've got programs and favorites. You're mainly going to probably use favorites when you're on your day-to-day use. The difference between favorites and programs is the favorites, which we've set some predetermined programs for you. These can be changed if you want anything altered. But when you select a favorite, you choose the program, and you can't actually change any of the options. You can hit start and stop. It's all preset. Okay. Whereas if you wanted to change, if you go into the program section, you'll see there's a lot more options for you to choose from. And when you choose one of these programs now, you'll see you can change the temperature, you can change the weight of the washing, the spin speed. And then there's a section here called extras. If you wanted to do a pre-wash, an extra soak, an extra rinse, or water plus, or filling stop, it does explain what all of these extras are in the manual. So okay. I won't go through all of those now. But the main one people would normally use would be a pre-wash, which just does the additional wash, which is what the extra section for the soap container is. So once you've chosen your program, here we go to favorites. You'll see we've set some of your basic standards. You've got 50 eco short, a 40, a 90, a 60, a delicates, and then there's a separate rinse, spin, drain, and a clean machine program in there. Choose the program that you want, put the washing in, and then close the door.
So choosing the program before putting the washing in?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Once you put the washing in, you just hit start, and away it goes. If you've dropped a sock or something, you need to put something, or something, you've realised there's some more washing to go in, you can hit stop, or if you hit add laundry and it hasn't filled up with water, thinking about something. Right, hit start, stop. What it would have done if it wasn't in the middle of something there, I'll start it again and demonstrate that. So I'll finish that. If it's got water in the drum, it'll ask you to start draining and it'll drain out. Once it's drained, you'll hear a click when the door mechanism disengages. There we go. There. And you can see it washing. So what it should have done, what I was trying to demonstrate then, is if I hit start, I hit add laundry, it will then open the door and let you, it will only do that if it hasn't already filled with water.
Okay.
And then I can put something in, put it back in. Sorry. Put it back in and then hit start. And it'll carry on with the wash cycle that you're in. if there is an emergency and you need to stop the washing, you can hit the emergency stop button there and it will cut the power to the machine. If you hear a grinding noise or anything like that, or something's got caught where it shouldn't be, you need to stop it quickly. That's the way to do it. When you to disengage the emergency stop, you open it there with a twist and then it tells you to turn the machine off and on again.
Okay.
That's too quick.
They say any soil thing, when we are put it on soil, we are separately wash soil.
Yeah.
So
So if you when you do red bags,
We are at
Sluice
yeah, red
wash,
bags,
so-
you'll use a sluice wash there. Let me just cancel that a minute. So when you go to your favourites, you've got a sluice high and a sluice low. Once you start those washes, they have to carry on through. If you want to cancel it, you need a pass code to put it in. The idea is once because it's got something in it that needs disinfection,
Yeah.
it runs all the
Makes
way through the
sense.
program.
What's the difference between high and low?
Just the temperature, 71 degrees and 65.
Okay.
Also, in your favourites program there, you'll see there is a program we've put there called Clean Machine. So that will run, that's a 14-minute program that runs it up to a high temperature
To clean it.
to give it a good clean out. And doesn't have any soap. Once you have your auto dosing unit on, no soap will go in for that because it will clean out any excess that's in the drum.
What's the recommendation for
It depends on usage, but in a home like this, I'd probably say once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah. The one thing that catches people out on this machine is you'll notice if the door's open and I select the program, there's no start-stop button, and sometimes if you're really gentle, you get the door to close and it doesn't come up. So you just got to make sure the door's shut properly. Say sometimes you will get a bit of washing caught in the edge or something, and it appears like it's shut, but it hasn't engaged fully. So just if the start-stop button's not there, just make sure your door's shut. And if for any reason you lose power and there's stuff in the machine, you can pull this cord here. It's a gravity drain. If you pull that cord, it'll open the drain at the back and drain all the water out. If you then need to get into the drum, there's a small key in the back, located in the back foot. We put them there for safety for you. It's more for probably your maintenance team. But so if you lose power and there's water in the machine, you can pull the cord here to release the water, and then there's a small circle here for this Torx key to go into, and there's an arrow that points that way. If they then put that in and turn in the direction of the arrow, it will disengage the door and the washing can come out.
Where's that located at the back?
I tuck them in the back. There's a little hole in the back foot there.
Right, yeah.
So if they need to get in, it is just a Torx faulty bit. So the maintenance guy will probably have one of those if you have a maintenance
Yeah, we do.
guy. So yeah.
Where is he then? Okay.
And yeah, any questions? Any questions on that? Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the key thing would be looking at the type of washing that you do. You can set some favourites up.
I think that'd be good. Yeah.
Because it'll be a real shortcut for you.
It
won't
will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if
you
you
just need to look at the favourites that these guys have set for you,
Yeah.
and then if not, create our own.
Yeah.
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 Okay, should we move on to the tumble dryers? So, what model is this? PDR5. These are PDR 516 gas dryer. Cool to open. Washing goes in there. You already saw this a minute ago, but that is your filters in there, and you need to clean that at least once a day. We tend to recommend you clean it after every use.
Preferably with lint.
Yeah.
I think we should get.
Yeah. And then once it's also, if it is starting to block up, it will give you this indication here, the fluff filter, and it's somewhere, I think on this bottom line it comes up. You'll see it might be on the top. It's there. It's the fluff filter indicators there. So the top position is your off position. And then looking at your programs here, so you've got, they like to use symbols on this machine, but if you look at the sticker underneath, it does explain which each symbol is. 2 dots is your cottons program, so you're starting from the top. You've got your cottons, and you'll notice it'll say 38 minutes. It's a sensor dry machine, so it's not 38 minutes. What it'll do is it'll run for a couple of minutes, see how much moisture's in the washing, and then it will adjust the time accordingly, just to give you a rough idea of how long it's going to take to dry. So you've got your cottons program there, and then on the left hand side here are your drying levels. So that's covered dry, that's extra dry, that's for a hand iron. It will leave some moisture in to make it easier to run an iron through, and that's for your machine. That leaves a little bit more moisture for your roller iron there. Then moving around the programs, so you've got cottons. That is the gentle cottons program, so that's at a lower temperature. Then you've got your synthetics programs here and here. You've got Cottons Pro program there. Again, in the manual it gives you some specifics of what the difference is between the cottons and the Cottons Pro. You've got another Cottons Pro program. That's the Pro. That's Plus. But I'm not entirely sure what that difference is for that, but we will look at that in a minute. Then here you'll see that there's 2 time drying functions. The one there is the cool air, and this is for your hot air. You can set this to a maximum of 2 hours. The sensor won't run when it's in time drying. It will run for as long as you set it for, so there is a potential to over dry. You've got then your woolens programs there, and then the 1 dot is your minimum iron program, so it's a gentler tumble, so for things like bed sheets that you don't, and pillowcases that you don't want to get too many, or shirts you don't want to get creases in. And again, you've got two versions of that program. You've got the normal, and then there's the gentle, which is a lower temperature. Like Thomas was saying, if you have mixed fabrics in the machine for the sensor dry program, some things will dry quicker than the other, and it may stop and say that you'll find that not everything inside the drum's dry. That's the idea of having the time drying program, because you could then put it on for 10 minutes to just get the final dryness in. Once you've chosen the program you want to use, you just hit the start button, and away it goes, and it will kick in. The gas hasn't kicked in yet.
No, they're really quiet.
Yeah, so it'll start tumbling.
Now getting out.
They're still quieter than the ones we've got.
Yeah.
So I think it runs for about a minute in one direction, and then it changes, and then the gas will kick in. And you'll see a little flame indicator come up in a moment. You'll hear the burner kick in. Gas is on, isn't it?
All of them are the same.
All 3 are gas, yeah. That's the burner kicking in now. There's a little flame indicator to show that it's kicked in. And that's it, it's away. If you need to stop it, you hit the stop button here. You have to hold it on this model. like so, and it will stop the dryer. Alternatively, you can open the door to stop the dryer from running. Ideally, it's better to use it from the control panel, because it will, if it's hot, it will run into the cool down cycle where it turns the burner off, but it will keep pushing the hot air out of the machine, stopping you getting burnt from the washing if it's hot. And also it makes the machine last a bit longer because it doesn't wear it out so quickly. Because if you just do it by opening the door, the heat dissipates through the machine and it wears out faster. So, any questions?
No, it's pretty self-explanatory once you get the thing up.
Yeah. Obviously, if you
we
smell
start-
gas or anything, then you need to.
Run for the hills.
Yeah, there is on the exit of doors. There's an emergency button for the gas alarm.
Oh, on the wall.
Yeah, so that's that one. That side is that red button. That will shut the gas down to the room.
This one.
Yeah. And on this side, I think it'll be this red button here.
Right, okay.
So if on X, if there is ever a worry or anything, you need to hit that as you leave, and it'll cut the gas.
Right,
Press
okay.
press this button.
Yeah, in an emergency.
Okay.
If there's a fire alarm anywhere in the building, it'd be good to push that anyway to
right,
stop
okay.
rather than
That's
leave it running.
This one is your hand wash sink and bucket filling basin. This was your general cleaning sink with hand wash and paper towels.